Good evening, everyone. The first full day of the earliest spring in 120 years looks a lot more like winter. This new season started at 2 o'clock yesterday morning, but somebody forgot to tell Old Man Winter as a nor'easter roared through here this morning. Our team coverage begins with CTV's Bruce Frisco outside in it in Halifax today. Bruce?
Well, Steve, some light drizzle falling in Halifax as we speak, but the winter parking ban back in effect tonight in the region's largest city. As you mentioned, it has been quite a day weather-wise around here, the kind of day where the weather is once again the news for all the wrong reasons. Kevin Archibald is truly a man for all seasons. When transportation and public works is your game, you pretty much have to be. That's also why he and the rest of the town crew in Truro didn't rush to dismantle the snow removal equipment on the first full day of spring.
No, they've been doing it long enough. They kind of realize that it can come at any time. But hopefully this is pretty much the tail end of it, I'm hoping.
Hope, too, in much of Nova Scotia. The snow began before dawn in many areas, changing to ice pellets and eventually rain as the mercury rose. Roads were sloppy and traffic slow, but no major problems, at least not yet.
It's supposed to cool off later on tonight, so if it freezes up, that might change, but hopefully not.
The nor'easter proved to be an unexpected gift for tens of thousands of students in the province. Classes were dismissed at noon in Cape Breton before the weather even started. The Strait region also sent students home at noon today, and 5 other boards around the province opted not to open at all. Schools were closed. That was not the case in Halifax, though, where the board decided it was business as usual. A school board spokesman says officials simply took a look at the forecast and decided it wasn't that bad. School may have been out, but other activities didn't fare much better. We found a family in Windsor whose day of skiing was cut short, ironically because of the snow. That wasn't the only irony we found when we asked about the trip.
Well, it was okay. The snow's a little tough.
And so, as the cleanup continues around the region tonight, you may want to heed the words of Kevin and others like him. In the Maritimes, it's best to be prepared for all seasons, no matter what the calendar says.
I'm Mike Cameron in St. John, where spring is on the retreat today in the face of a new offensive from winter. Enough snow that residents hauled out the shovels for the first time in weeks. Even snowblowers are back in action. Mike Haynes says he hasn't used the snowblower very much this month.
I could have probably got away with a couple of tanks of gas this winter, where I ran out of gas last winter.
Schools were canceled today in most of the province, and some flights were grounded at New Brunswick airports. Driving conditions worsened through much of the day, the kind of roads that convinces a motorist to keep those snow tires on for a few more weeks.
Yeah, here we are, another storm, and I've got to think that some people already made the switch. Typically, for changing your tires, we recommend early to mid-April. It tends to be fairly safe.
Snow clearing equipment made a rare appearance on streets and sidewalks. Fortunately, there wasn't much snow on the ground to begin with. Most of the greater St. John area was virtually snow-free before this storm arrived. And with warmer temperatures in the forecast, snow removal is not expected to be much of an issue. Electricity was an issue in Fredericton. Lights were out at some of the city's busiest intersections during the noon hour. At one point, almost 7,000 NB Power customers were off the grid. By midday, Fredericton city officials threw in the towel and closed municipal offices. The city of Moncton also called this a snow day and postponed the regular Moncton Council meeting until tomorrow.
This winter, this is about the last of it. It's not really that much.
But today's snowfall has changed the landscape.
There was no snow here yesterday, none at all. The flowers are coming up in the garden.
It is a reminder for Maritimers that winter may be over, but winter weather is not. The wind has picked up and conditions have actually worsened in just the past few minutes. There's a growing list of cancellations in New Brunswick this evening, so best to check ahead before heading out on the roads. And police are saying probably shouldn't be on the roads this evening anyway. Steve?
Mike, thank you. CTV's Mike Cameron in St. John with Bruce Frisco in Halifax tonight.